Hi everybody. It's Monday night. It's a little after midnight and I'm up because I'm doing some baking. Got some stuff from the giveaway and I'm baking to use up some of it. So while I was baking, I started thinking about choir stuff because lots of things remind me of choir stuff. So what I was thinking about was this. Um, all the steps that you have to go through when you're baking something, and each little step along the way and how it contributes to the final product. Um, Something that my mom tells me is that she used to have friends who would talk to her about cooking and to say, they would say, "Oh, I don't bother with all of that where it says to, sift the flour in the sifter before you put it in and to chop this, mince it this way and that way. And I don't go to that much trouble and all that." And then the same people that said that they didn't go to all that trouble with all those steps would say to my mom, "Oh, Marion, your German chocolate cakes are so good. I don't know how mine just don't come out like yours. I don't know what it is." And my mom knew what it was. She followed all the steps to do the stuff that it took when it said this is how you make the cake. So for this apple crisp, which is nowhere near as hard as a German chocolate cake, but for the apple crisp, I had to wash the apples, core the apples, chop the apples up into a bazillion pieces, measure out the ingredients, squeeze lemons, crush almonds, cut butter, all of that stuff, and mix and mix and mix and all of that, and make sure everything's measured correctly, and butter the pan and get everything in, and all of that. And each step by itself is tedious. I mean, crushing the almonds was tedious. And each step, if I do like a halfway negligent job and I'm not diligent about it, it's going to totally change the result that I get in the apple crisp, which I'll tell you guys how it turns out, I guess. So the same thing for us when we're doing stuff with choir. Each step along the way can be kind of tedious, drilling parts over and over and over, and drilling words over and over and over, and talking about the rhythms and each little note. No, when you that second syllable on this word, this is the note, not that, on that syllable. And each part of it can seem like very small and very tedious to spend so much time on each part, getting each one the way that we're thinking it's supposed to be. But each little ingredient has an effect on the total result and how it turns out. And if you skimp on a particular thing, you're going to get a totally different result. So that's what I want to encourage. Our choir, I think that our choir does more, puts more into our practice than, sometimes a choir our size in a church our size would do. But it makes a difference. It gives us a result. So I want to encourage us, right now, especially while we're on lockdown, stuff like that. I want to spend some time working on woodshedding. I'm going to be putting out some more videos talking about other stuff. And this can be a time to be, crushing those almonds and squeezing those lemons to get, what we want to get to take us to the next level. That was my thoughts while the apple crisp is in the oven. I'll see you guys. Love you. Bye. Well, it's really good. Um, everything came out the way that it should, and each individual step along the way added to the final effect and what I ended up getting. And the other thing that I'm thinking about now that's choir related is this. When I made this, there are some things I did different from the recipe, the way I found the recipe on the website. My oven gets really hot, hotter than, I think it's supposed to. So when the recipe said set your oven to 350, I set mine to 300. When it said bake for 40 to 50 minutes, I baked for 30 minutes. And then I checked it, and it's perfect. It's great. And the thing that reminds me about as far as choir is that you want to know yourself, your choir, your group, know what things work for you, what things don't work for you, and know. One of my theme scriptures as a choir director is know those who labor among you. So for us as a choir, there are things we might do. We hear a song, we think we want to do the song, we might decide to change the key. And there are some people that say, oh, you're wimping out if you change the key on the song, you should do it exactly what. But they don't know us. We know us. We know what's good for us. If I tried to say, oh, I'm supposed to follow the recipe and I'm supposed to turn the oven to 350 because it says so, it would have been ruined. So you know yourself and what's workable for you, and you adjust things so that it fits your program and your purpose. And the other thing that I did to help this to fit my purpose was I had some ingredients I needed to use. The giveaway, we got lots of raisins. So I added raisins to the apple crisp because I needed to use some raisins. And it's really good. It probably would have been good without them too, but it's really good with them, and it accomplished my purpose. And the same thing for us. We may adjust things, maybe change some words on something, take a part from one song, add it to a different song and things, because it serves the purpose that we have, which might be not exactly the same purpose as whoever wrote the song or whatever, but doing what works for us. So that's the second lesson that I thought of in making this apple crisp. That's all. And it turned out really good. See ya.